Sorry, he's a Patreon guy, so I gotta give props to Ice House.
Yeah, he's a
Anyway,
good guy.
he's a good dude. He's got some ground to make up on League, but great dude. But I think he sent me a deal saying that my first coaching session got him into silver. So
Woo!
that's awesome. Good for him. Okay, so I'm watching this game. We are 23 seconds in. And what I'm going to do is, as I see something, I'm just going to pause the game. I'll draw on the screen a little bit. If you have questions or something, just stop me and ask, okay?
Cool.
Okay, that's already good because you're not standing by your turret, which makes me want to kill myself a little bit. All right, so I've said this a lot on my other coaching videos, but it's always a race to right here. Whenever get off the platform as fast as possible and get to where you get vision of that line, because it prevents invades if you see and have vision of this coming. Okay? See, like this
Gotcha.
dude right here, he provides nothing to his team there. Like literally nothing. It's the laziest possible place. Because if he's standing here, they can't invade. You can't invade blue. Well, you'd have to invade it that way, right?
Yeah, take the long way.
Right, and most people won't. So, but if you ran to here and just stood there, you'd see all this coming, and you have a safe retreat point, right?
Yeah.
But where he's standing is absolutely useless. He provides no information to his team, and it's really just a selfish dick move. So, there you have it. Okay, this is good. Okay, good, good. Good. All right, bad. What did you do wrong there?
On that one, I should have probably used the passive to get the double minions on that one instead of trying to get the extra little damage on him.
No, I'm good with the damage on
Uh,
him. It's that you didn't pay attention to which minion was
oh,
being autoed by your other minions. See? So you auto tech here, and then note that these ones are shooting this one. It will
oh,
die
gotcha.
next. So you auto that one, then this one. You get both minions. Like, realistically, on the first wave, right? Your
Mhm.
positioning was good. You were zoning him. I'm backing this up in time, right? So mentally back up, ignore where the minions are. But
Yeah.
here's like the two rows of minions and there, and how you walked through here was really good because these had already acquired their targets, so they weren't going to target you for walking through. You have to be careful of that, right? Because if the minion they're attacking dies, all three of these will acquire you and do damage,
Yeah.
right? So you walked up, and as he walked this way, you hit him with your winds, right?
Hmm.
And you chunked him. And then, after all these minions died, you autoed him, right? Okay. Normally, that would be a mistake because an auto would generate this minion, this minion, this minion to instantly acquire you and return damage, right? And if you auto him, he can auto Q you and trade back harder, and you'll take
Gotcha.
the minion damage, right?
Hmm.
Which means you'll lose that trade for that auto, right? The difference is you're Galio, so you have your passive up, and you used your passive, and so you actually chunked him, and he didn't trade back, so it actually worked out well in your favor. And the difference, the only thing you should have done better on that initial trade was punch him and then walk away immediately,
Gotcha. And then that way
right?
you don't soak as much aggro from the
Right.
minions
You
there.
only take one shot from each of these guys, and then you win the trade even harder. And then let them reacquire and then move back in when your passive is back up to be able to do the same thing all over again. Okay?
Okay.
So that was good. Anyway. Oh, back up. That was the trade I was talking about, actually, right there.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I took a couple of shots there.
Okay, so one thing here. Without me saying anything, what's the next thing you should be focusing on?
Next thing here. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Did I have ward up right here? I was gonna say probably ward bot side or no top side because it's a Warwick and he's started red.
Okay.
To make sure I'm not getting jumped from the side.
Okay, so two things. As mid, the first gank comes earlier, right? So you're about usually like if you were in bot or something, like what they would do is clear this, and then they could gank straight away, right? Or if
Yeah.
they could gank this, and then run straight in, or they could just take this and then run straight in. But if that had happened, you'd be being ganked right now.
Yeah. And
So
then yeah, I've got no way to get out other than
right.
flash.
So you know he's on the bottom side, and you know this because they leashed, and he didn't. So he had to start red, right?
Yeah.
Cool, that's fine. So if he started red and he hasn't ganked you yet, it means you've got about 30 seconds. Because the next window is 2:30, which will be the time it takes him to kill blue and then be in. Actually, it's probably closer to 15, but let's just say 15 to 30, right? So
Gotcha.
you're okay right now. So that actually wasn't the next thing that I was going to say you need to worry about. So think closely. What's the next thing you need to worry about?
Next thing from here. I guess for me, I would just say probably just put zoning pressure so he's not stepping up because I've got a health advantage and oh two spike.
Yep. So the next one of these three minions that dies gets you level 2. Okay?
Okay.
Whenever that happens, you can all in him and kill him right away. You have ignite up. Your Q will be up in 7 seconds. That will align almost perfectly for when this minion dies. Right? And he has to kill this minion and maybe one of your casters. I'm not exactly sure how that works in mid, but I think it'll take him 2 minions. And it'll take you 1. So let's see how that plays out. See, this is where you should be beating the piss out of this minion with your autos. Just like bam,
Yeah. You
bam,
get
bam.
that quick spike.
Yep. Because if you had got it on him right now, see, he just hit 2. So that was 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it didn't take him the caster, it just took him the melee. But right now, he's level 2, you're level 1. You should be backing off of this to beat this minion up, get level 2, and then you can. But you no longer have kill pressure on him.
Yeah.
Because one, he's popping a pot. Two is he's at about 65%. And even
And
if
he's got the
you,
extra ability.
yeah, and he's got the wind wall shield too, or not wind wall, but the shield too, right? So even
Mhm.
if you hit your full combo here, with and you do a surprising amount of damage with your full combo, but even if you hit it, you're looking at. And by the way, this is how you should always be looking at lane, right? Is what do I do full damage if I go in right now, right? Like how much damage would I do?
Yeah.
So if you land your Q and you hit like all three, you probably do about that much, right?
Roughly, yeah.
Okay. And then your Justice Punch,
Yeah, it's about right.
then your passive.
I think it's a little less than that, but close. Yeah.
Okay. I don't play enough Galio to know. And then ignite.
Yeah, because I think you can get an extra auto or two in if you go Justice Punch into the W,
Mm-hmm.
because then you get the knock up. Well, actually, you usually go Justice Punch into a hit, then W, then
Yeah.
Q.
Well, see, the problem is you would have kill pressure here at level 2.
But I didn't punch the shit out of that minion.
But yeah, well, and then there's this son of a bitch right here. It's the shield that fucks you right now.
Yeah.
So you'd have to get at least 3 autos to probably get through the shield and finish his last hit point, and you won't be able to do that on a Yasuo. But you could hard win the trade not ignite him, and then just zone the piss out of him. But if you do that, you have to ward up because you still have a hungry Warwick around. Okay. Alright, we're level 2. Alright, I probably wouldn't have done what you just did there. So let's back up and see what I'm talking about. Uh, so he got level 2. You're going to hit that minion. You're level 2. Okay. By throwing this to harass him, you're pushing this wave. Right? And right now,
Yeah.
you're in a dominant position. The further you push this wave, the more
The less
gankable
room.
you are, the less room you have to all in because tower aggro starts like right there. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
being rough, but
So by
starts about
being
right there.
aggressive, I'm kind of neutering myself in terms of being able to actually keep pressure.
Well, okay, if you had stood, like you fired it from here, if you'd fired it from here, and these would have went like this,
Yeah, and miss that back line.
and then hit here, right, instead of here, then these wouldn't push. I mean, you'd largely miss them, right? This is
Yeah.
probably going to push anyway, because you've got one melee, and these are all synced on him, and these are all on him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I think the back
And
line's aggroed to me at this point
this
too.
guy's on you. These are all shooting at you. So these aren't doing any damage to yours, and yours are doing damage. So yeah, this is gonna push in. I mean, but it's actually not even that far. I mean, that's fine. There you go. There you go. Now, good. But like, if you'd have done that and had your Q up then,
I
right?
could do that much extra damage in.
Mm-hmm. There you go. See, look, that auto costs you
Pretty
that
hefty chunk,
that
yeah.
much in returned minion damage. I don't even know. Did he Q you there? I couldn't tell.
No, I don't. I think he whiffed.
Okay. If he had Q'd you, you'd be down to here, right?
Yeah.
Why would I have told you to just do that anyway? To trade that much for that.
Because it was. I see. His passive had already been dropped at that point. Um, because my all in is better. So when I get my full combo on the next rotation, I drop him.
Yep. You're putting him underneath the line of murderable, and you're not. Even if you drop to here, you're not.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? So that's a
Yeah.
fine trade. You can afford to trade him 2 for 1. Your life bar's twice as big as his. I mean, don't keep doing it, right?
Yeah.
But you can do that right now and put him in a murder zone, even with the passive shield up. Even if he gets his passive, he's still murderable. Because let's
Yeah.
do our little count, right?
Yeah. Even with shield,
Justice
you
Punch,
cut through everything.
passive, E, ignite, auto attack.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, he's dead.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know that yet. He still thinks he's safe right now, right? Your problem is you are right on the turret line because you've pushed the wave too hard.
Yeah. So at this point, if I was to go in for that all in, it would be
You would end up
pretty risky. Yeah.
well, you would probably okay. If you connect with the punch, the justice punch, it wouldn't be that risky because he's going to basically be CC'd for the duration of your combo.
Yeah.
Right? So you justice punch in, bam, 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 EQ, ignite, auto attack, and then immediately walk out because you know
But
you've
if you
got the
whiff it,
damage
then
in.
he kills you pretty
Right.
much because you take a
If you
power
whiff it,
shot.
he kills you. If you
Yeah.
don't, then you probably win. Or you will win. You'd kill him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's keep going. Okay. Ooh, the sound sounds terrible. What happened? Sorry,
I
listeners.
I
So,
can't hear from the video.
yeah.
See, I can't hear
It's
anything. I'll
making
have
like
to
an
watch
echo
it later.
chambery noise. Let me just. Yeah, it's still doing it. Was it doing it back here? Nope. It's from the video.
That's weird. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I think I fixed it. Yeah, I fixed it. Okay. There you go. Now this is where it actually starts glitching, so we'll see if it does it again. Yep, it's the video.
Yeah, I'll have to tweak that and see if I can fix that later.
No, I think it was just a glitch. It's fine. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't on my end. So if I can't help it, I can't help it. So whatever. There you go. Good free trade. Good free trade. Okay.
I do remember at this point I was like, I haven't seen Warwick for a while, and sure enough, he kind of showed
Yeah.
up in the bush. But
No, you did great there. Yeah, that was fine. Okay, so now your problem is you're running out of mana. And okay, another thing that you did particularly well there, because I want to give you credit where I can. You have the ward here, right? Which is probably not the best idea. Why?
because you know that if they started the bot side, they're gonna rotate over to that top side to clear blue. And if you haven't seen them for a while, they're probably going for
Yeah, they're
the
probably on
probably
that
clearing
side.
that side.
Yep, yep. So your gank or your ward would actually be better over here, right? But
Yeah.
keep in mind, this is a lazy ward that gives you very little warning and also leaves you 3 open gank paths.
If you can, try and get it to that second brush,
Because I
probably
mean,
farther in.
gank path 1, gank path 2, gank path 3.
Yeah.
This is, by the way, the most dangerous one that never gets used in silver. I don't know why people don't do that, but they can literally just walk wide around this bush and go in this way, and
And
it
then yeah,
like
you have to go
doubles the
toward.
effectiveness of their gank. You know. Anyway,
Yeah.
um, but that being said, if you put a ward here, it stops all that. Like you can't really be ganked except from the least effective position, which is here.
Yeah.
And that's literally a I'm gonna ruin your face gank. So
Yeah.
whatever, right? Okay, let's keep going. Oh yeah, what you did well. Blip. I almost said I was gonna give you credit and almost didn't. Because you warded on this side, you need to be cheating towards this side, which is what you did, right? You
Yeah.
survived that gank because you were standing over here. If you'd have been standing here, he would have been on you before you really could have reacted.
Yeah, and I knew not only did I have the vision there, I knew my jungler was on that bot side about halfway in the river. So if I ran that direction and I needed assistance, I had him right there.
Yeah.
Assuming that he actually came over, but that's a different story.
Yeah, right. I mean, you can't count on people to do what's important. Okay, so he's stepping a little bit far forward, like he wants to get this wave in, so he can back. He's got a big wave here, right?
Hmm.
That's not a problem for you. You've got all the hit points in the world, right? You can engage this because he's still within kill range for you. So after these acquire targets, you move up and position aggressively like here, right? Whenever your
Hmm.
minion dies, you need to cheat back until they acquire targets again, and then move back up. Because remember, every time the minion dies, they acquire a new target. If you're standing right here, they'll acquire you.
Yeah, so you want to make sure you're not taking free damage, essentially.
Right, right. So just be cognizant of what's going on so you can back up and forward and up and forward just to make sure. But that puts pressure on him where he can't just sneak up here and see us. Right, and it doesn't meaningfully expose you. You know, work is over here somewhere. Right?
Yeah,
So being here doesn't create a problem for you because even if work comes in this way, you can go this way.
and I think he'd gotten spotted on that top side brush ward. I
Yeah.
think the Aatrox threw a
Well, no,
net,
I'm just
so.
saying, like, let's assume we had
Oh yeah,
no
just
idea
in
where he
general,
was,
yeah.
right? Then,
Yeah.
yeah, that position still puts out a lot of pressure, but yet doesn't, you just deny him CS by standing here. because you can do this. Perfect. That's exactly what I was talking about. Boom. That sound option is going to get real annoying, but that's okay.
And so you can mute it if you need to.
I might.
I should have watched it over again.
Nah, you're good. So that was great. Uh, the only thing is you could have done that earlier, right?
Yeah.
And you could have put out more pressure to do that. Also, you left your wave not quite in tower. So, like, if I go back here, your wave is going to collide, like, right there.
Yeah. So it's not getting hit by the tower and it's not
Yeah.
clearing
So,
quickly.
you're not denying him this CS. You have enough hit points that you should just make sure you push the wave in and then go. Right? Because watch. See, here's a trick, by the way. Wherever your minion wave is, that's where theirs is.
Hmm.
Right? So your minion wave is between towers 1 and 2, or just sitting, yeah, between towers 1 and 2. Their minion wave is between towers 1 and 2. By the time this guy dies and the minion waves hit, they'll hit right here.
Yeah. So you're wanting to get that reset in so that they hit in the same spot in the middle instead of farther forward.
Yeah, well, okay, look. He is dead. So if these minions die, not only does he lose, let's just do simple math, 18 gold, or 16, 16, 18, 18. Is that what it is? Something like that. So
Something like
that's
that.
34, 68 gold is sitting right there, right? So not only does he lose 68 gold right here, but he loses all the EXP for these minions. And if you clear out the next wave, he loses half of this wave before he can get back. If you get this whole thing shoved into tower.
Oh, okay.
Right? So he'd lose 68 gold here. He'd lose probably another, let's say 80 gold from the next wave. Right? So you've just put him another half a kill behind. And if you do it right, the wave will either bounce into you or will collide. If you're quick, it'll collide right here. And you have a reset lane.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so even though I got the lead from the kill, it's getting that much extra off of it just by chilling
Yeah.
for a few
Because, I
extra
mean,
seconds.
okay, so what's a kill? 300 gold? Right?
Yeah.
What I just told you could also put him down 150 gold and two waves of EXP. So now, or a wave and a half of EXP, right? I'm being generous with two. Let's say, or let's just say one. Let's just say one wave of EXP, right? Which means that you'll hit 6 an entire wave before him. You'll hit 5 an entire wave before him. And the value of like a level in this game is huge if you reduce it to gold. So getting these shoved in. Oh shit, there's 5 minions. One, two, three, four, 5. This one's just underneath you. He was just hidden there. That's 5 minions, man.
My fat body was covering it, sorry.
So I mean, shit, man. If you can get these 5 minions, that is like 2 waves, because that's 1 minion short of an entire wave, right there.
Okay.
So you'd be denying like a full kill's worth of gold just by pushing this in, and then probably more than that in lost EXP.
Yeah, so realistically, it's a 300 gold increase for me, but there's like invisible numbers there too because you're setting them
Right.
back as
See,
well.
because like you lost 2 to tower, like the two. I wish I could zoom in on this, but the two melees made it into tower range, and the rest did not. That's the worst possible outcome for you.
Yeah, and
Because
not only that too, it's a cannon wave, so it's going to be
yeah, it's gonna freeze at the worst possible spot. The cannon's big, and so it'll freeze and last longer there. So yeah, this is a bad back. You should have shoved that next wave in. I mean, if you were at like 10% health or 20% health and Warwick can burst you, then cool. I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? Because it would be
Yeah.
greedy to stay. That's
Yeah, but
not
seeing as I had full health and almost half my mana, still there's no reason to go.
correct. And I mean, that's the kind of thing that, like, you can just exponentially increase your lead even more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a bad trade. And it could have been worse. So keep in mind, you're still level 4. Minion damage is still significant, right? You're lucky
Yeah.
he didn't freeze because he doesn't know how, right? Or like created a huge wave by doing as little damage as possible and then shoving it into the tower. Because realistically, what he should be doing here is he should be amassing minions as much as possible back here by slow farming, generate an enormous wave, call Warwick in, and then dive you under tower with all these minions.
Yeah.
There's one way he can actually function to kill you here, or trade with you while this wave is shoving in, right? Because if he trades with you, like, watch what happens. So, like, you put down that ward, that's fine. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 2, right?
Yeah.
If you trade with him here, these guys are all going to acquire you as a target. These guys will probably acquire you as a target, and you're going to be traded back on by him. Right? So
Yeah.
even though
So
you would win the straight trade, and let's say you do more damage than he would, because you would, right? Assuming he doesn't win while you're wind,
yeah.
right? Then okay, you will win that. You will win the trade directly with him. Then you'll lose it to them. And you're at a
Yeah. Because
position where you have 100 health, he has 100 health, and so a losing trade does not benefit you here as it did when you were at 80 and he was at 30.
yeah. Because now we're both just at the same spot anyway.
Right.
Or I should have been lower, but if he actually stuck with it a little bit.
So, yeah. And on top of that, you missed, which is, I mean, that's fine. I'm not trying to be like, ooh, you missed, but okay,
No, you're
stop.
good. You're good.
Okay, right here, what you just did, do you have any pots in your inventory? I can't tell because,
At this point, I don't think so.
okay. So, what you did here, that if you had a pot, if you had pots or any way to get back health,
Step up and
step
keep
up,
the wave from
tank
getting
the
tower
wave
range.
right where it's at. Let these guys get into range. You cheat this way, they'll follow you and stop here. When the next wave acquires them, you walk out and back in, or this way and back in. They'll give up. Just as long as you break range with them, they'll give up on you and acquire the target in their face. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then you have
Because
a
that way you're not losing the
completely
tower.
freezable lane right there, right?
Yeah.
And you won't lose them to tower. If you're good at CSing, that shouldn't really be that much of a problem. You may lose one or two, but that shouldn't be well, your passive is going to make it difficult, but whatever. Um, Either that or you take these out as slow as possible so that your wave hits here and stops. And then when these all die, it'll push forward and meet the next wave that didn't stop right here.
And then you've got the safety because
Yep.
they have to
Because
extend.
you have a tower at your back. He also has to extend to CS, whatever, and you don't lose hit points that way. So this would be option two. In hindsight, option two may be better than option one. Option one is an easier, more permanent freeze. If you have sustain, I do this. If you don't, I do that.
Okay.
Okay, now you've yeah, this is what I
Yeah.
was worried about. Your passive splashes to all these. So now
Yeah.
they'll all die to tower. That's a problem.
Yeah, I think this wave was just kind of a loss because I couldn't really get much,
Okay,
just
so
because of I didn't pull it to the side.
I don't know how much you know about CSing under tower, but I'll just back this up. Tower will always acquire in tiers first and then proximity second, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, it goes melees then to casters, right?
well, it goes
But then it
cannon,
goes cannon if it's there.
cannon, melee, cat. Oof, that's a horrible comma. Cannon, melee, caster. Also, like here is special unit, right? So
Yeah, so like a
like,
Malzahar creep or
yeah, Malzar creep, Zyra plant, Heimerdinger turret, whatever, right?
yeah.
But anyway, it'll go like that, and then after this, then it will go proximity. That's supposed to be an R. There. Anyway, it'll go proximity to the turret. So these are all casters. This one will be first, then this one, then this one, then this one, then that one. Right? So if you don't have the damage to finish off this minion, let it die and start on this minion. Because you can auto it. The tower will hit this, kill it. Then you auto it again as this one goes out to tower. Then you have a cooldown to blast these two. And then you walk over and you auto that one.
So instead of getting two minions out of the whole way, you can get theoretically four.
Right. You just have to
Gotcha.
give up. You're never going to get
Yeah,
that one.
yeah.
Unless you have all the shit up to get it. Like if your E did enough damage to wipe these all out, then fine, use E. You know what I mean? Like not a problem.
Yeah.
But realize that like you have to be I either have to kill this before a turret hits or use my auto attack to make this CSable.
Yeah, you're budgeting your windups and your cooldowns on those.
Right. And like another thing you can do is like you auto attack this one, then auto attack this one, then E as the tower shot's coming, and you kill both of these. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're putting down a little bit of damage on each one so that you can follow through and finish all of them at once with the.
Right. Within the amount of time that you've got while that shit's all coming. That's CSing under tower. Right? A lot of people are like, oh, well, I just have to kill them all before the tower hits them. Like, no, you have to realize where the tower's going to hit and make decisions accordingly. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. You, there you go. All right, but see, look at this. Your minions landed and clashed right here. Perfect spot for you. Just outside tower, your back's to it. Uh, you're fine doing what you're doing right now, right? You've baited out his wind wall. Now that you've baited out his wind wall, back up. See if he cheats in. If the wind wall disperses or whatever, you can just go all in him. Or you could all in him here, right? But the reason that you probably shouldn't,
Because he's got his passive up and he's already a little higher on health than I am.
yeah, you need to whittle him a little bit or get that passive down or do like your shield does nothing because he's all AD.
Yeah.
And you'll get these three minions if you attack him anyway, and he will take no minion damage. And by the way, when these minions acquire you as a target, it's the same thing as pushing. Why?
Because they're not putting down any pressure on your actual minion wave,
Right. So
so they're
none of your
just getting
minion
equal
wave is
stuff.
dying, and so the damage calculation favors this direction. Cool. So right now you've got him locked out. This is where I would be like spam pinging my jungler, like, assist please, assist please. Because if the jungler comes in on this while you've got him here, then great. If not, you can just zone him out the whole time. But like the other reason why I'd fade in and out is because you're gonna catch aggro of these minions the second this creep dies. More than likely. Galio fucking sucks at not pushing the wave because it was passive. That's good. Okay, so two things here. He fucked up. After you did all of your moves, he should have auto Q autoed you and then bolted out.
Yeah,
Right?
because that's quick damage that I can't really do anything about because my abilities are all burnt.
Right, your abilities are all burnt, and what are you gonna do? Auto attack him one more time? So he'd be
Yeah.
trading that much damage for auto Q auto that much damage? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he should do that. But this is what silver players do. This is what gold players do. And this is even what plat players do. Oh my god, that hurt. Run. Like, no, it's, oh my god, that hurt. But there's nothing left. Right? Like, you ever play a boxing game? Like
A
Fight
while
Night or
ago,
any
but
of those? Any of
a little
those?
while ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happens if your guy just throws haymakers?
You wear yourself down first of all,
Right,
and
and you
then
leave yourself
predictable.
wide ass open. After you land, if you miss, you're wide open. Hell, even if you hit, you're wide open. Right? That's why you lead off with jabs and shit. Same thing. You just threw a haymaker, right? You're wide open right now. You have no abilities. 6 seconds, 9 seconds, 5 seconds, passives up for some reason. So you have passive, but whatever, right? This is when he should trade back on you. Anyway, here comes Warwick. Oh, nice. Did you intend to bring him with you on the flash, or was that lucky?
No, that was intentional because I always end up doing that like by accident on Warwick. Like people yank me under tower all the time, so I was like, I
Ah,
could probably get that one.
nice. Yeah, I was gonna say if that's intentional. That's a really nice play.
Thank you.
Okay, you're lucky you didn't connect there, because if you did, you'd probably die. Okay, so remember, you remember what I said? If you just shove that into tower, you're level 6. He's level 5. This wave will probably get him 6, right?
Yeah.
But you're a level ahead right now with that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is the XP difference from him dying. That's why you're sitting where you are.
And if I had pressured more with that first time on the wave, then he would be even farther behind. Probably wouldn't hit 6 off the wave.
Correct. See, he just hit 6. So.
Oh, this is a part that I. Oh, this part sucks. This is unfortunate. This is one I was watching the video when I first put it. I was like, oh, I really don't want to. Go. I'm afraid to go over that point, but here we go.
Well, that was fine. This is
No,
good.
it's the part after it though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, mm, that's rough.
Yep. Yep. It gets worse. It gets worse.
Yep. And then he's gonna kill Ivern. Yep. Uh? No!
That's why it's worse.
Oh
Because
no,
I effed up and went back in,
Ivern!
but then that was like,
Okay.
I was like, why did he go back?
So one thing I
But I mean,
will say is what you could have done right here, like mechanically. All right. First things first. I don't give a shit about mechanical fails. I will not coach you on mechanical fails. That's not what I'm about, right?
mm-hmm.
I'm just glad you're trying shit. Mechanical fails or not, whatever. You practice mechanics, that's how you get better at them, right? Nobody played expert on Guitar Hero like right away. Takes
Right.
practice, right? So right here, he shielded you too early. That shield is useless. So that's actually a negative. That just means you're a cooldown down, right? It's the
Yeah.
illusion of strength. Okay. This, you can auto attack right now, and if you do, you'll slide right over there. But instead, you opted to E, right?
Yeah, I think I E'd because I'm not as familiar with Ivern's kit, so I didn't know how long the route was.
Yeah,
So I was
anytime
like, I've got to
anytime he
soak.
lands that root on Ivern, if you auto attack, it warps you to him, right?
Oh, okay.
So, and that's what happened to Ivern back here, is he landed the root and then he auto attacked as he walked away and it pulled him back
Oh,
over,
okay.
right? It'll put you at max range of your auto attacks, which means that you'll stop here.
Okay. Yeah, I rarely see Iverns, and I didn't think to actually look him up, which is
Now, that being
me for
said,
sure.
he's still got like his wind ability up, which means that you two need to not be standing on top of each other for that reason of what just happened,
Yeah.
right? But like that would have brought you in. See how he's right here? That would have brought you in there, right? But I wouldn't have done it. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
because
have,
not only.
yeah, I wouldn't have taken this. And the reason that I wouldn't have taken this is his shield is down, which means that you're burstable, right?
Yeah.
He does not provide damage to you. His damage
Also,
comes from his shield popping.
yeah. And Iron's
Uh,
also not 6, so I have no
yeah,
Daisy
he's
support.
you have no Daisy. The shield is already popped. The root has landed when he had shield up, and you can't do that much damage, and Ivern can't help you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like you need to always be thinking in terms of percentages of damage. Like
Yeah.
if I land everything, E
And
auto
I'm.
attack with passive, wins, and then a couple auto attacks from taunt, maybe, right?
Yeah.
But all this has to be done within the amount of time that he can counterburst you that many hit points.
Yeah.
It's too tight.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it now
Well,
too, and
and you've got
if I had
ignite,
realized the.
so your
Yeah.
ignite would have taken him to here. But like I said, he can't counterburst you. If he
Yeah.
counterbursts you, you're dead. And any knockup plus ult, you're dead. Like you're counterbursted.
Yeah.
You'd have to execute this perfectly to do it.
And
And,
looking
and
at
you
it now,
don't have
knowing
flash.
with that Ivern interaction on the route, if I had realized that's what it was too, I could have saved my E because he actually caught me mid E, so I didn't even get the knockup,
Mm.
and I would have been able to probably turn that and at least put down a little bit extra and let Ivern just leave
Well, like what
without
you
having to burn
see,
that. But
that's what it does right there. It makes you go
yeah,
zoop and rip over to him. Anyway, what you could have done would be to like hit your auto attack and then do your taunt immediately, and that would interrupt his Q.
yeah, and
Do you
then he
see what
wouldn't
I'm
get the
saying? Then he
knockup
couldn't
there.
get the knockup on you,
Yeah,
and then you could E him, and then you could probably kill him. Like if you had executed that mechanically perfectly, you'd have been great. Okay, so
so here instead probably should have just soaked it a little bit to get the minion wave up
you do one of two
and get it.
things. One, he's still within murder range. So if he stays forward long enough, just go straight on him and just kill him. Right?
Yeah, because my percentages for damage go farther than his health bar plus passive shield.
And you have ignite. Nope, you used ignite. Well, maybe not. Maybe you don't. I don't know if you have a kill here or not. I feel like you probably do.
I was gonna say, I think especially if I do the
So
Q
that'd
layering
be
right with the autos, then he sits in the Q
well.
damage
It
while it's
depends
still
on how he
going.
spell shields, or I
So
mean, not wind walls. It depends on if he wind walls your Q.
yeah.
Because if
Well,
you got
typically,
well, now you get a
I was gonna say
couple. You get a couple
typically with
autos, passive, and then if you get any damage on that, then you got him.
yeah, because I
So I
mean, if you
mean,
hit Justice Punch into W, you can Q and he can't block it because he's
right,
taunted.
right. So I mean, yeah, I think you probably kill him here if you get him. So I would just run straight at him, and if you can hit the engage, then awesome. And if you can't, okay, then you tank the minions and hold them. Well, okay, you probably don't actually, because that's gonna take your whole health bar. Unless you have sustain, your next wave is back here. His next
Yeah,
wave is back here. This is just a either you hold him and you lose like half your damn health bar while he recalls,
Or you just clear the wave and
or
they
you just
set to
clear the
middle.
wave and yeah, reset it to the middle, which is probably what you do, because it's gonna take a little while for it to get there. Okay, so if you're gonna do this word,
Put
then
it farther up down by like
walk
between the
here
rafters.
and throw it over the wall, or throw it here,
Yeah.
or there, like on the edge of the backside of the blue. I
Yeah,
mean the
so you get the
red.
vision of that whole section.
Yeah, you see like all this, because then if he comes like, oh, I'm gonna gank mid, no, I'm not, I'm gonna go this way, then you see that, but you also see it if he comes off the raptors. But you can just ward right on the edge of raptor wall, and it'll show him walking through here to go down or coming towards you.
Yeah. And I guess with the
So
ward being in where I put it too, it's redundant because there's one farther down in that other brush. And so
yeah,
it's not really doing much.
yeah, it doesn't really do much. But I don't mind this pink in this bush, but you'd probably want it out here where their pink is in the pixel brush. Gives you more information. Okay, right there, I would have waited and taken your demolished stack.
Yeah, and just get that extra
Get
pretty much
that?
free
Well, because
giant
I mean,
chunk
keep
out.
in mind, even when he TPs in, he'll be here. He won't have his Q charge, so he can't knock you up under tower. He can't clear your wave, and he can't force you to take tower shots yet,
Yeah, so unless
right?
I do something stupid and hit him
Yeah,
with like maybe passive damage,
because I mean, hit it
it's not gonna.
and then just walk out, and then as he goes to CSDs, use this.
Oh, okay.
And maybe he uses wind wall to prevent that damage, and then you have wind wall down for like 26 seconds or whatever. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just getting in that extra bit of damage while they can't really do much about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then took a free tower shot. That was bad.
Mm, it's better than I thought it was going to be.
I was gonna say the damage trade was okay, but I just yeah.
And his ult's gone. Oof. That's close. I mean, he's not respecting your damage at all. And you have a lot of burst right now.
Like I say I've noticed just from playing a bunch of Galio lately, I've noticed not a lot of people realize he can burst at all. Like I think everybody just assumes he's a big health bar,
Mm-hmm.
which is
And they do.
weird. But it's,
No, 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 no. What'd I do? No.
ah,
Okay. Oh, good. I found it. Okay. Right here. Sona. I'm gonna back up a little bit more. Okay, so you just cleared the wave. You see where they're at. Ivern's about to die. Ivern's dead, and Sona's almost dead. I would be pinging the balls out of your bot lane.
yeah, to jump on
Help,
that.
help, help, help. Like right through here, right? Because
Yeah.
if they go this way, then
At
either
worst, we get flashes.
one of two things is going to happen. You're going to immediately, like, you have to, Sona has to run away from you. She will die, right? Like
Yeah.
one hit from you, she's dead, right? Which then leaves you in a 1v2, which is not great for you. But by the time, if your bottom lane moves at all, then they're going to burn a lot of damage on you, and bottom lane will just clean them up,
Yeah. So even
right?
if I get dropped, it gets bottom farther.
Right. And so even if they run this way, then they run into a hungry bottom lane, which you can then ult to close the gap if they continue to run away from you.
Yeah.
Right? The other thing is, let's say you
Well,
do get
maybe not
burst.
ult, but
Yeah. I mean, oh yeah, your ult's down. Well, fuck. I was gonna say something else then. But anyway, even if you do get bursted, right? And let's say you had ult up. If you do get bursted, they can't CC you. So you can ult in on your bottom lane and get away if you had ult up.
Yeah.
But either way, this is not a bad moment to just force, like, walk towards them and force them down. And these guys force them up and then just pinch the shit out of them. The best case is that they run away from you into them and then you've got a pinch. And it's perfect pinch. The worst case is that they aggress on you and then they have to play catch up and can't because they didn't move fast enough. But this is your pincer right here. You could probably kill them all if you play it well. And like this right here is bad, right?
Yeah, because there's just like there's
There's
nothing going
there's
on. It's
nothing
just
here.
wasted.
Yeah, it's just wasted movement, wasted time, and wasted pressure. Because you could be pushing them down, and they can't walk back into lane this way. They have to go this way. Well, not that far, but they'd have to go that way to get back into tower, right?
Yeah.
And what does it cost you? Nothing. Your wave's being killed by tower, you know. So this is a perfect time for you to go do free pressure. Worst case scenario, you clear this ward, and then you lose nothing and gain ward kill. Because see, bot lane's just figured out that they can aggress now. So if you had been there, that would be a different deal. And if it wasn't gonna work, like if you'd walked down and found out it wasn't gonna work, that still frees you up to do exactly what you're doing right now. One more auto. There. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just do that the
I
last
probably could have
time.
done that. I could have done that a bit quicker too, but yeah, I should have
Yeah.
just taken an extra hit.
Because again, he can't clear that wave, and he can't. The only thing dangerous to you about turret right now is getting CC'd underneath it. He
Yeah.
couldn't. He
It's
can't
very
do that without a third stack. Ivern, go, man! Ivern, go! Ivern, go! Ha. Okay. Do the stars have to align for this guy to try? I mean, I know there's.
just about, but
I mean, I
it
know
was
there's like a whole bunch of shit that can block him, but if he goes in, it clears paths up to land skill shots. Unless you're going to dive tower here, you don't really want to do what you just did.
yeah, because then it's just pushing it right to him for free, and he
Yep.
should have slow cleared that too, and then I'm
I
screwed.
mean, you've got pressure, so. And Ivern might be in trouble, but might not. Hell, if you just
Walk away.
walk away or walk in. Like, if he walks in, great, you ult in. You have ult up. If he doesn't walk in, then you clear the wave, like what you did. You're a little bit too cavalier about clearing the wave.
Yeah, sometimes it's okay just to let it sit.
Yeah. Look,
Okay.
like here, if you just stand here, then he can't do anything. He can't step up and CS this. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
can't block you.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's got no poke for that either. Because
Yeah, he's got no
Yasuo's
poke.
down jungle. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, okay. What are you gonna do? If you stand here, you just zone him out to where if he has to move forward, because he has to move this far forward to CS, which puts him in all in range. So you just stay right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like, you want to move in? Fine, we'll brawl, right?
Yeah.
But if you just clear the wave and shove it in, then he can just walk over here and CS it under tower, which he also is particularly good at doing. So he loses nothing if you shove it in and he's in range, right? Like right now, he's over here. If you were able to insta clear this wave and it went towards tower, then he'd have to get back, right? And if you
Yeah.
stand here, his only way back is the long way, and then he's lost something. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if
It's
he's
just positioning to force that
yeah, but
little bit of extra.
if he's standing here, it does you nothing to shove the wave into him. All you're doing is giving him CS.
Yeah, because he's gonna get the experience either way if he's that close. So.
Right, right, right. So like right here, like okay. So you know where he's at, right? Like right there.
Mhm.
You should be walking in this way. Like you should justice punch to try to get to this point as quick as you can and then activate your W. Because you've got Ivern
See.
here.
Yeah. I know sometimes on like little walls like that, the justice punch will get hung up for whatever
Oh,
reason. He'll
that's
just
fine.
stop. So it's
I'm just
wonky.
trying to put you into taunt range.
Okay. Yeah, because even if I mean best case scenario is if I justice punch and can't taunt, he flashes it
Right.
if he got it. But
Right.
I guess that's true.
And either way it forces him that to have to go wide and waste time to get back to lane. If he's able to make this corner, he's free to just walk back in and again, he loses nothing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If he has to go this way, he loses EXP, he loses gold, he loses, he loses. The only problem is if you create an all in here with Sona here, she'll join the fight,
And then
Warwick
it's
will
a three
join the
on two.
fight, and it's a 3-on-2. So you can't all in this, but you can presence him out. Because keep in mind, if you make this move, like what I'm telling you, and you see Warwick through your minion sight go this way, you can always just back out this way. And you lose nothing. Because the minions
Okay.
are crashed here, right?
Yeah, so you just circle back around.
Yeah. What the? Mm. Man, that developed quickly.
Just all of a sudden four in mid lane.
No, I just meant like the all in on Ivern because like he went mid there, but had no real reason to. Ooh, that's good. Oh,
Yeah, I thought on that one I wouldn't have popped the ignite. I thought I was gonna get one more tower
yeah.
shot,
One
but
more. You should have popped the ignite. One more tower
oh
shot. That's fatal.
I did pop the ignite.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
hoping
No, you
I would
said
get
I
one more.
wouldn't have popped the ignite, but I thought I would get warned. Yeah, you should. That was a good call. That was great. Absolutely pop the ignite. Yeah. By the way, good heads up play on the ult on Ivern. But hindsight, you should probably like cover your mini map before you commit to that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
and
just
just
click
yeah,
your
just
mini
double
map to
check.
see what you're going into
Yeah.
before you hard commit to that. Like I know he was low and he was gonna die if you waited too long, but there it is. That's nice. See, like you just did 60% of that dude's hit points, right?
Yeah. And my Q didn't actually hit him either.
Right, right, right. So like if you did 60%, the second that these are up, you should just zone him the fuck out. He should never be anywhere near this wave.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm
And I did
saying?
yeah. At some point I do pull up my items, but I think it was like at least halfway through the stupid VOD. But I do pull them up eventually and go, that might have been good information to bring up. Because it is kind of a wonky build than what I would probably think most people would do. But
I mean, honestly, I don't care about build. You'll figure that out over time.
yeah, it's
Um,
a shit we talked about earlier.
yeah, like this is more about making good decisions. Build is like do some research, figure out what you're doing, or decide why you want to do. Okay, again, even if you land this, right? So that's great. You just got the plate. Even if you land that, even if, which it's low percentage because it's max range, right?
Yeah.
But even if you land it, you're going to do that much damage, right?
Yeah.
You could do
So there's
it.
no real point.
Yeah, you could back off to here, right?
And then wait till he
And then
steps
wait
up.
till he steps up to CSDs and then do it right here.
Gotcha.
And then you actually potentially have kill pressure on him. Like if
Yeah,
he's,
because
you could just fucking justice punch his ass, taunt him, Q him, and you might kill him. That might be just fatal. But you got to make sure, like, if you're gonna do that to a Warwick under
he
tower, you
can always
have to,
fear up. And
yeah, you have to judge your damage right, or he'll just ult you right here, and you'll take like 3 tower shots and die.
yeah.
But I think you actually had kill pressure there. I mean, just rough guessing your damage. If you had ignite, you definitely had kill pressure there. But so you backing or what are you?
I think I thought Warwick was circling back around, so I was like, I don't want to go
Yeah.
too close. Oh, this is another really rough spot. I don't know why I went in. I think I thought our bot lane was rotating up faster
I don't
on
think that
that.
was a bad decision, but if you were gonna go in, you should have gone in earlier.
Okay.
So like
Like, instead of just waiting in the bush, just like,
yeah. So like here, you're punching this ward. That's fine. They're going in on Ivern. The fight has started. So like right there, if you're gonna go in here, walk up to
that's the time.
here, E in to disrupt this, do a taunt. Maybe Ivern escapes with like no hit points
And if
because
I
you've
take damage,
taunted
I'm
the
getting that
group.
redemption.
Right. And he can shield. And you have like a root. And you know what I'm saying? Like at that
Yeah.
point, you may actually save Ivern. This move does nothing but trade a shit and nothing worth of damage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that.
It's peanuts. Yeah.
Yeah, it's peanuts, and it's not even like it's a half-hearted commitment. But if you go in here and you have Daisy, if you go in here early, like right now, and like you E in and then taunt all these guys, you probably save Ivern, and then this fight turns out differently. Yeah, you definitely save Ivern because he would have lived through that, and he would have taunted all of them. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
this is not like this moment here.
Yeah. We're hard losing because she's dying to
Yeah,
ignite.
she's chunked out and dead. He did no damage and has contributed nothing. And you have 4 people with all their cooldowns are going to be up in like 2 seconds. Your
Yeah. So
Justice
it's just
Punch,
super bad engage.
yeah, Justice Punch needs to go this way. 'Cause you probably can walk out of this if you Justice Punch that.
Yeah. Because they're not close enough to get hit by the back step.
Right.
So
And then you're pretty much out of there instead of being a double kill.
yeah,
So I
because
mean
it just
that's
keeps
just
dragging.
reading the ebb and flow of a fight. Yeah. So yeah, you commit earlier to that fight. Ivern lives. It turns out completely differently. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, no, by actually engaging with more force, you pull more damage from the Ivern because of the taunt and the
Hmm.
knockups, and then the damage that you throw at the Q is actually meaningful and not just the little
Right.
plink.
Yeah, it just changes the whole full commitment changes the whole fight there. And like that's the kind of moment where I'll be playing in the Discord with people, and I'm like, no, you have to commit. And they're like, I did. I was standing right there, and I'm like, no,
But
you
you didn't go
didn't.
in.
You need to go, like, do stuff. Because if you do stuff, this shit all changes. You see, does that make sense? I mean,
Yeah, yeah. You either have to go full on or not at all, because like just the half-hearted little bit's not gonna make a difference.
right. I mean, there are some times where, okay, do the half-hearted little bits because it's already a lost cause, and you just throw in whatever damage you can get thrown, right? And that's cool. But if that's the case, it's a lost cause. Leave it. You know what I mean? Like, don't linger there then.
Yeah.
If that's
So
the
the reason,
case.
so this one was weird. I thought they had that fight, and then I like toggled the map as I was walking up, and I was like, oh, Ivern just died. Like I don't know what just
Yeah.
happened up there, and
Okay.
then
So
yeah,
never assume that anybody's gonna be an Alawi in a fight.
yeah, because she just pushes R and then
She pushes
tentacles.
R, and the tentacles will automatically like make her win fights.
Okay, this one's bad. This hurts. This one hurts. I couldn't get the stupid.
Yeah,
I
you
kept trying to
never
punch the
hit
thing on
the
its back,
eye.
and it just wouldn't hit.
Yeah, you never
Like,
got the eye, and then you didn't put any
uh,
damage on. Oh, well, that's
I did.
nice.
I did get. Although Ivern got it. I'm trying to remember how it
Redemption.
counted for Ivern. Oh right.
He used redemption way too slow. If he would have done that while you were alive, that would have turned out totally differently.
Yeah, no, I remember doing that
Oh,
rift trail. I was like, why
Senna.
is it not hitting the eye? It's not hitting the eye. Oh no, no, going terrible. And then I died. It's like the worst roller coaster of emotion.
All right. So, by the way, in the future,
Okay.
don't record a recording of a game, like a replay. Record the actual game. Because I don't get your
Yeah.
camera movement
Yeah.
in this. Like, I don't see what you're looking at. I can't tell if you're playing on lock screen. I don't
Oh
see
yeah.
whether
It's
you
not.
click your
It's
abilities to
definitely not
level
locked.
or, what you're doing. But, like,
So
I don't see your camera control.
I do click abilities. For
Oh,
some reason, I
God,
just
stop
can't.
doing that.
I just because it's control and then you just click right the key.
Control Q.
Or,
Or Control
yeah.
E or Control W. Whenever I
Yeah.
mean by
So
click, I mean like move your mouse down and
yeah,
click the
yeah, yeah.
plus button.
So the only reason I don't is because I'm on a laptop. Actually, I don't have a PC, and it's a
Yeah.
really wonky spot where the control is. So I need to remap that, and I just
All
because I
right.
haven't just bothered
Remap
to
it
do
to a
it.
different button,
So
man. I don't like
yeah,
mine is Alt. Like I use Alt because it's right by my
your
thumb,
thumb. That's a
and
good idea. I'll do that.
so like I just do is Alt Q, Alt E, Alt R, Alt whatever W, right? Um,
Other than that, though, I do
okay.
play unlocked.
Again, this is one that you can meaningfully change
Yeah,
because you
which
did
is
a
good.
half-hearted bullshit move again. So like right here, they're moving as though they're going to tower dive, right? That's
Yeah,
what he's doing right now.
and so if I go in
If
and I
you
get a
just
justice punch there,
walk forward and E and then do this, like you want to avoid this, right? This is
yeah,
death. They're trying to kill him right now. They will probably kill him, right? But
yeah,
this, while he's dying, gives you the opportunity to get to here. And if you can E in and taunt, then just walk out. Or well, don't walk out necessarily. See how it goes, but
but yeah, I mean,
yeah, because
at
like
worst it still
right now
saves.
you're here and like you walked this way. You should have walked this way. Like if I take this same amount of distance, you would be here
Yeah, so
rather than
you're
here.
farther to going up the lane to actually help
Right.
instead of just
So
kind of being in a bush.
you're a full flash forward. Well, three-quarters flash, right?
Hmm.
But that puts you here. You can then go this way with your Justice Punch and taunt that. And then just leave him under tower dead. They can't do anything about it because even if they shoot you in the back, they're not going to 100 to 0 you. They just burned all their cooldowns on what's his nuts? Ivern, right?
Yeah, yeah, and he's
Cool.
not even dead yet.
He's not even dead. So go in there, finish that guy off, and you turn this whole fight. And you're not really putting yourself at much risk. But that doesn't do anything. and now Ivern is dead, and there's no return.
Yeah.
Yeah, because okay, so right after you were standing here, and you walked all the way back out to here, they take that same amount of distance.
And you're cutting off their.
You could be right here right now. They have no escape, and they're under tower. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're blocking them in a weird spot.
I gotta stop saying, "Does that
Let me
make
say.
sense?" I'm gonna get a bunch of
No,
YouTube
no,
comments about that.
no. No, you're good.
Does that make
Is that
sense?
tower still up? I thought that tower was down, but maybe
I think it is.
I'm
Looks like
looking
it
at it
is.
wrong. Okay. I just couldn't tell the YouTube thing was over
Yep,
that
it
spot.
is.
Okay.
See, like this right here.
Sadly, Sona got away on that one.
That's fine.
But
I mean, to
well,
be
she needed
totally
like
honest, if your
one
Justice Punch
auto.
hadn't hit the other lady, you'd have been fine. And she needed more than that because she can spam heal,
Yeah,
and her heal gives her a shield because of
I guess
Airy.
that's true.
Or
Yeah,
no, she has Comet. Ugh, why does she have Comet?
because
That's
it's so
that's not good.
rare.
Take Airy. You have a heal that's spammable. Anyway,
So, quick question, and this is a very
yeah.
dumb question, but when Ivern's got his stupid thing down there, how do you actually like? Is he the only one that can just grab stuff, right?
What do you
Or
mean?
does it just designate?
Okay, so
Because like,
anytime that Ivern takes a buff, it generates two copies of the buff.
okay,
So
so he has to. Does he have to
get
grab it?
whoever kills it gets a copy, which will always be Ivern, and then it will leave a copy for your team. Whoever walks into the circle gets it.
Okay, because yeah, because I had it a few times where there was just like he just had the circle down and he never went and got it. So I was like, how do I
Well,
interact with this
he
unit?
gets
Because I've
it by
seen people get
taking
it.
the camp. You can actually
Okay.
walk right over here and get it.
Well, that's what I mean. Is he wouldn't he'd put the circle down, but then he wouldn't take the camp. I guess maybe I'm
Okay,
misunderstanding how it works.
yeah, you are. Hold on one second.
But
Okay,
okay,
so anytime, let's back up. Anytime that Ivern goes to take a camp, you see this.
yeah,
Is that the circle you're talking about? These little
yeah.
vines?
Because I
Okay.
know it has to like charge up around that edge there, but I
Okay.
didn't know if he has to
So,
like interact with it physically or if it just
okay.
grabs it.
So what he does is if the vines get completely wrapped, he can right click, it will take a portion of his health bar and the camp will just die.
Okay.
Well, it won't die, it will escape because he loves the forest or whatever, but it'll count as a kill, right?
Yeah.
Um, if he does that, if he starts this process where it starts doing this, and then he smites it, it's gone instantly.
Okay. And
Okay.
does it still do the copy then if it's not charged up all the way?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Anytime blue dies, he gets blue. As long as he takes it with his ability, he gets blue, and then he leaves a blue for whoever
Okay.
walks in the circle. Same thing with red.
Okay. Because like I said before, I rarely see Iverns, and when I do, they just kind of like leave it around, and they don't actually ever go like interact with it once the circle's charged,
Yeah. See how
and then
you
it just
both have blue
expires.
right there?
Oh, okay.
You have blue, and Ivern has it. Between the two of you, you probably have enough burst damage to kill either one of those targets. Now, oh, got him. Oh, don't ult there. Okay.
Yeah. No,
Ult.
that was a battle. I thought Warwick was gonna
Well,
jump in
the
with his
problem
R,
is, keep in
but
mind,
I just
ult takes you out of the fight for too long. Makes you a stationary target. If you're
yeah,
already in the fight, generally this is a bad idea. Right? I mean, granted, you
yeah,
ended up hitting him with it, which is a small miracle, but that's generally a bad idea simply because look at how much of your health bar you're going to lose to these two idiots because you can't move.
yeah.
Like if you would have literally just walked up here, you have Justice Punch up again in like 1 second,
Yeah, they
and
just
it would
close the
move
gap
you
that way.
away from these two.
Yeah.
Oh look, they finally come. That one's on these two. These two should have been there, I
So
think.
team fight in general is just bad ult placement. Should have just done Justice Punch forwards.
Yeah.
But other than
Well,
that,
you can't team fight to join a fight that you're already in
yeah,
with Galio. It just doesn't really work, as you just saw.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's bad for Yasuo. Israel, hit that Q. Keep going, Israel. There you go. Good job, champ.
Yeah, this Israel by the end of the game he was actually really solid, but like the first I don't know 20 minutes it was pretty slow for him. It felt like he probably was getting stuff done, but it just felt really slow. There we go. I finally pulled up my list.
Okay, so you got okay, Iceborne. That's a weird choice.
I think I
Galio's
grabbed
walk is vaguely chicken-like.
yes. Well, that's why they've got that the food
No.
delivery one, right?
Yep. Look, I mean, his feet are like taloned, so it makes
Oh yeah.
sense. Okay. One thing that I will always tell you is anytime you go anywhere near this bush, there is
Sweeper.
a 75 plus percent chance that that bush is going to be warded at any point in the game where that bush is relevant, right?
Hmm.
Sweep it or drop a
That's like
pink in it. It's a bush that's important to control and it almost always has vision in it. And most of the time, you're not being sneaky by standing in it ever, right? Another thing is this bush down here that's right beneath red, the one that's at the end of this
hmm
down here, should be warded way more often than it is when it's relevant. If you're going to wait and set a trap, set it down there. Because look, it's not warded. Nice. Do you have ult or the taunt up?
I think it's got
Oh
4
my
seconds on it.
god. Yeah, so it just demolished you guys.
Tight hallway with an Alawiar. Not fun.
Wow, balls on Israel.
I think he wins it too, yeah.
He did. Wow. Dude, that was impressive. Most of the
Yeah,
time
like I
you'd
said,
see people
he
kite that
started
back.
he started real slow, but then like I think he ended like 14 or 15 and 0 by the end of the match. Like he picked it up really hard later, which is good, but is
I
very
mean,
interesting.
I was impressed with that. Like, that was pretty lit. I'll kill her. She's gonna let you. Yeah, that was dumb. Just take the free kill. See, that's people thinking that their turrets are way stronger than they actually are. That's what that is. Like, I'm safe. There's a tower here. Like, no, you're not. He can burst you. Uh-oh, Ezreal. Ezreal died. The Sona quit.
I think so. Or she at very least DC'd. I don't remember if she popped back
Well,
or not.
depending on, I mean, she just kind of died in a horrifically stupid way. So that usually
Yeah.
means my team just flamed me for being a piece of shit. I quit. All right. Ezreal's dead. He's your damage. Oh, Ezreal took teleport. I hate him. I hate him already. That's so bad. Like, it's good in the LCS, I suppose. It's you're not in the LCS. This is Silver 4. Like take heal. It's all around a better summoner all the way up to like diamond. It's so greedy to take teleport and it's such a dick move. The only time you should ever take teleport is if you have a Yumi because then you get the equivalent of 2 teleports. Okay, punch in and taunt. Perfect. Well, okay. So that was
It was
bad,
a bad
but
move, but it worked out.
yeah, yeah.
But don't yeah.
If you had like 200 IQ predicted that, I'd be really impressed, but I don't think you did.
No.
I think that
Yeah.
was just
Definitely not.
I'm going to stop them from doing the next move that they're going to do, but not assume that Warwick is going to pile back in. Like,
Yeah, because realistically, Warwick shouldn't have gone back in. I think
Ivan, what are
anyway.
you doing? You can't fight him. I mean, if he's just trying to prevent the back, that's cool, but prevent the back. Don't like die.
All in him.
Yeah, you don't have to all in him to do that. Just poke him with your CC. Or send Daisy after him to harass him or whatever, you know.
You don't have to do a lot. You just got to get him so he's not backing.
Mm.
Throw a rock at him. I don't care.
throw, yeah, throw a rock. Throw a fucking pie. I don't, just whatever. It doesn't matter. Nice,
Forgot about that.
nice
Nailed
one.
it.
Yeah, you're going pro. All right, that lane's gonna push in your favor. So as you come through here, you know this lane's gonna push in your favor. I have no idea what your ward situation looks like, but you should be warding here and here. And if you have a third ward, there.
So you don't get closed in on.
No, so you
Or just
basically have all the access routes and then ping your team to come take this tower for free. Because
oh,
you
okay.
if you have all these wards, your team controls how they get to you here. Right? So if they try to cut through by going this way to flank you, you can kill their flankers. Right? Just you
Yeah,
remember what I told you about like in lane, like if you make Yasuo take this path that goes all the
yeah.
way
Like
here, then you get a huge advantage. Versus if he takes this path, then he doesn't lose anything, right?
right. So if they have to go up
Same
and around
thing.
the weird way,
If
then
they have to go this way and this way to get there, it's a hell of a lot easier than having to go this way. And most of the time, people will take the hypotenuse route anyway, even if they don't have vision. And if you do, you can burst them. And then you get a kill and the turret. You know, it gives you the opportunity to elect to make a pick.
yeah, like you're controlling what's going on because you have the information.
Right, you have the information and the routes, and you deny vision. But it looks like your team just took the inhib, so you should be forward, by the way. You're one of the
Yeah, because I'm
tankier
yeah.
players, and you're playing like you're made out of glass. You should be up here.
Yeah, I need to get used to that. I usually play a lot squishier champs, so I need to get adjusted. But that's just repetition on that one. Just need to
Mm-hmm.
step.
Whoop, that guy's dead. Okay, so this game is actually over. And if he hadn't fired that ult, you probably just win it right here. You might win it right here
I was gonna
anyway.
say, I think we do. Yeah.
Um, all you have to do is E in and taunt, and then you kill them all while you tank tower. You trade everybody here's life for yours. And don't break that tether. Stay in. If Alawi stays to break that tether on you, right, then your whole team just collapses her and you kill her.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like you just force a fight right here, which is exactly what you're doing anyway, and you don't have
Yeah.
tentacle aggros. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. It's a quicker engage with more of a follow up with in less time.
Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, so she rips your soul out or whatever and tries to do some damage to you. Fine, but she's got to stand still in that area to do that damage, and then you win. So okay, cool, man. I hope you got. Do you have any questions for me at all or anything?
No, most you pretty much cleared up everything I was thinking about. So a lot of it comes down to just positioning and then not being too overzealous to push that wave, and obviously just don't R for no reason.
Okay, so yeah, wave control. There's tons of videos on it. Um, that would be really good for you, particularly if you have an advantage. This is what will let you extend that advantage, right? Uh, Pressure positioning, right? That is something that you can use to just deny CS, right? Just
Yeah,
by I'm standing here, therefore you have to be back here, or we all in, right?
yeah,
And
and just
then,
keeping them away from
right.
just everything.
And then always be thinking in percentage damage,
Okay.
right? Like if I land my Q and my full combo does 60% damage, right? Which means at any time that they're at 60% damage, you have fatal. Play like you have fatal, right? Because here's the catch: most people have no idea that they're at fatal at 60%, right?
Yeah.
But everybody plays like a bitch at 20%, right?
Mm.
So you have a window of 40% of somebody's hit points right here where they may not know that you can instantly kill them. It's better up here because they play like they're not at a disadvantage. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, as hit points go down, caution goes up, right? To a point where it's like fatalistically high caution at 20% health. Like, they, at this point, they're just playing like not to die, right? At this point,
Yeah.
they're like that, like, meerkat on the Serengeti that has no idea that a predator is right fucking behind it, right? It's just sniffing air, having a time, about to be destroyed, right?
Yeah.
Maximize that time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, because if you know what your percentage damage is and they're not calculating it, it's just free kill city. 'Cause you can just walk up all on them and then they're done, which is how you got first blood that last game. Okay.
Okay.
All
Awesome.
right, man. If you don't have any other questions for me, um, I do this constantly. Like, it's free. But if you would be so kind as to support the show, that would be great too. If you don't have it, that's cool too. It's still free, right? So I guess donations or whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Um, we do Patreon and whatever. So if you do, thanks. If you don't, okay, that's fine. It's still free. The only thing I ask is that you try to incorporate the things that we've just talked about before we do it again.
Yeah, for sure. That
All right.
don't want to make it seem like I just wasted your time. So.
Well, I mean, I don't. It's not really a waste of my time. It's just that, like, I don't want to do another VOD review and be like, so the things you need to work on are wave control, pressure, and percentage. You know.
Yeah. It's a
So,
broken record at that point.
right. So once you feel like you've got a good handle on those things or have incorporated it enough, that it's something that you're consciously working on every game, then we can talk about whatever's next and doing this again. Okay.
All right. Cool.
All right, man. Good luck.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.